Hey guys, welcome back to Steadily Gaming. Today, we're in the new 1.17 update, with all the new Amethyst geodes, blocks, and mobs. Unfortunately though, we don't get the proper caves and new cliffs for another 6 months until 1.18. So, let's go through the blocks and some of the new changes in the 1.17 update. So let's get into this. So as we can see here, we got the new deep slate blocks. If we come in here, we've got the deep slate, which we can find naturally generated in the world, and we can build these new blocks with the slabs, stairs, and just normal blocks. We got the bricks, the tiles, the cobbled, and the polished. And that's just a cool, really nice looking building block that works well with spruce and those kind of things. So that'll be great to build with going into the future. If we move along here, we have the new tuff and calcite, which spawns around the amethyst geodes on the outside, and the new amethyst blocked and the budding amethyst, which will produce these amethyst crystals, which you harvest and get the amethyst crystals from. We also have these pointed dripstone on the dripstone blocks, which when you break will fall like so and break. You can pick them up like that, and they'll slowly grow towards each other and eventually connect up like so, and then they'll stop. We also have all of our new deep slate ores. So we've got coal, iron, copper, gold, redstone, emerald, lapis and diamonds, along with all their new textures and the new copper block, which looks really cool. If we come over this way, we've also got the new candles, which come in all different colours and provide light. And if we grab a flint and steel here, we can light the candles like so, and they'll emit light and emit different levels of light for how many candles you have. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. Then we have the small drip leaf here, which you can only place in water and is just a transparent block. Then we've got the big drip leaves, which you can stand on and will break like so, and they come in all different sizes. We've got our moss carpet that we get from the moss blocks, which you can bone meal. If we come over here, grab a bit of bone meal, which will produce a heap of moss blocks around them, which you can harvest, and you can get these azaleas and the carpet like we've got here. If you get your flowering azalea and you come over this way, you can bone meal it and it will grow an azalea tea with the flowering azalea leaves and the azalea leaves, which also has rooted dirt underneath, which you only ever get one of from each tree, which is going to be quite annoying to collect. If we move on this way a bit more, we've got the new tinted glass, which if we come in here, it's going to be dark and mobs will be able to spawn, and you can use this in spawners and stuff, and the mobs will still spawn in there even though you can't see through it. Then we've got the new blocks of copper that you can add honey to wax them, to leave them in their form, or let them age up to this green variant, which is quite cool and will be good for a lot of builds. So if we come down here, we now have the raw block of copper, which is produced out of the raw copper into a 9x9 square, along with the gold and raw iron. Then we've got our spyglass, which is just a kind of bad version of Optifine, which can also be used in tandem with Optifine to zoom even further than you could do before. As we said before, these are the amethyst shards we get from those crystals. You've got the raw gold, iron and copper that you get from mining the blocks, which can now be fortuned. We've got our powder snow, which places a bucket of snow. Then we got our glowing sacks, which come from the new mob glow squids. Got our lightning rods that come, and when the lightning strikes, it'll go for these. Then we have our axolotls and glow squid. So this is the new glow squid. It kind of sparkles when you see it in the deep ocean. And you got axolotls with all their different colours. So they're the main 4 colours. And then you have a super rare blue axolotl, which I don't think you can get from spawning, but it will come from breeding. So if we just get rid of them, they're gone. And we also have our new glow item frame, which just has a bright effect, which you can get from grabbing your item frame, glowing sacks, you putting them in your crafting table, like so, and you get your glow item frames that come like this. Then you also have your signs, where we can write like that. And if we tap some glow ink on it, it now becomes all glowed up and has an outline, like so. And we can put those back in. If we come here, rails now don't get destroyed by water, which is a really cool feature. That's a great thing they've added for some farms that had water over the top of rails and kept getting destroyed. But now the water will just sit in it, and you can also waterlog the rails and go underwater with the rails, like so. And you can now have underwater railways. There you go. Come back up here. They've also added a feature for servers, where if you go /game rule, sleep, player sleeping percentage, you can change it to 1% or 100%, 50%, and it'd be quite good. You could just change it to 1% of players need to be sleeping for the daylight cycle to go through, and no phantoms will spawn from it for the players that don't sleep. But if we grab our bucket of powder snow, we can come through into Nether, come down here, switch to survival, and you can now place these in the Nether, like so, and you can now MLG with them. There you go. I took no damage from that. But if we would come up normally and fall from this height, I'd take damage, which is a great addition. So you can now MLG in the Nether without having to use the Twisted Vine or something. There you go. With the snow, you can go inside it, and these frost flakes will appear, and you move quite slow through it. And when you have these frosts, you also move slow. So yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I found in this new 1.17 update, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, and just a reminder to everyone, my 1.16 series won't be ending here quite yet. I'm going to be waiting till 1.18 comes out, and then we can properly experience the Caves and Cliffs update with all the huge cliffs and giant caves, and I'll end up building my base in there. So it'll be another 6 months before we do that, but we'll continue on with the 1.16 series and hopefully build some awesome builds in there. So that's been Stealth Doggy Gaming today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!